Good morning, good morning, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Brian should be joining us here any minute. How's everybody doing today? The few of you that are on right now. To be honest with you, I had a couple things I had to do this morning. Been running around a little bit. I have haven't really gotten to do a whole lot of chart analysis quite yet. But from the overnight action, we can see we gapped up overnight after we traded. I'm on the 15-minute chart here. We traded this long. We caught this long right here on Friday on NQ. I caught it a day. After that, I got stopped in my runners, I think on this 15-minute bar right here. Caught it a day after that. Got a little bit of a pop then at the end of the day, if you're still sticking around at the charts on a Friday. Oh, there's Brian. Morning, Brian.
Hello. I was just listening to you.
Yeah, I had a couple things going on this morning, so I've been running around. I haven't looked at the charts much. I'm seeing, I saw it a little bit earlier, but this pop that we got end of the day on NQ, but would have had to stick around all day on a Friday for that one. And then market gapped up, sold off, closed, filled the gap there. Then we've kind of slowly worked our way back up here. So I gonna look at some of the daily and weekly chart here. So we talked about this range. What has happened? We talked about this weekly range that the market had been in. Right here, this range high and this range low. And we sold off pretty harshly underneath it. And the end of the day rally on Friday brings us right back up to the lower end of the range here. Which makes me think that the longs are honestly back on the table potentially. I'm sorry, I want to go to the daily. From the low end of this range here. You can see this range on the daily chart. This is kind of our low area on this range. We have this high, these all-time highs here that have been rejecting. So this is kind of this daily range area. So we've spiked below it, now bounced back up to the lower end of this range. I think, to be honest with you, I think either direction is on the table. Makes for, I don't know, makes for, I think, a bit of patience coming into the week for me. Kind of see what direction the market wants to head. I'll be watching this 21,096 and .25 for reactions. It looks like we're going to be opening right around there. How about you, Brian? Have you taken any trades?
Yeah, I a little bit. A lot going on this week. PMI.
Oh, yeah, there is some data this week, huh? Anything today?
Yeah, we have PMI. The actual one is at 9 Central, so been about a half hour.
Okay.
Yeah, but then we also have that's manufacturing. We have services PMI Wednesday plus ADP for non-farm employment changes. There's unemployment claims. The FOMC speaker is going to talk, or there's going to be a meeting. Then I think non-farm again on Friday, and another Fed speaking. So
all kinds of data this week.
Yeah. So with all that, and tariffs are supposed to come out on Tuesday.
Oh, geez. I gotta be honest. I'm so sick of tariffs.
Yeah. I have a list of stuff to answer your question that way. Did I do any trading? I I tried to jump in gold about an hour ago, and I thought, well, I was going to short it. I got in for like about a minute and jumped out. It was a total nothing trade, just to break even. I was in it for about a minute. I saw its action and I thought, nah. It's doing a ATR like news is coming out soon. So that's that's a behavior that I'm familiar with. And once you get familiar with that sort of behavior and you've lost before because of it, it's just sit on your hands for a little bit. However, I traded during Asia 12 hours ago. Made a nice little pump.
Sorry, I'm getting some post up.
Yeah, I need to turn off
So you
my
said you
alerts.
caught a move during Asia. Oh, is this on the 200K, or have you taken anything on the 200K account that we are sharing in the emotional ride on?
Right. No, I did not. I did take a trade after the stream on Friday. Again, didn't hold it that long. Took a profit, small profit. Am I sharing my screen? Yeah.
Here, I'll throw it up. Sorry, I was away from the stream.
I mean, I just now got it to the area where. So I think we ended the stream right around 10:20 or something. We were playing Two Truths and a Lie.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah. And while we were playing, I was watching gold here. And when we cut the stream, I think I went into this short right here. And when it hit my key level, I jumped out. I didn't know if it would do a bounce or a drop. It dropped, but so I think I made maybe $200. Let's see. I went in light too because I didn't want to end the. Yeah, so I think we. Oh, okay. I think I made $50. I traded in principle. It was like I had to trade. It was just too good of a setup. But then I thought it's Friday. London's closing. Let's just not trade anymore. I sort of signaled to myself, well, what's your setup for exiting this trade? And I thought, I don't know. It's Friday. London's closing. It's hitting my key level. It's going down. It could bounce. I was like, oh, let's just get out. That's too many
what ifs.
Yeah. I mean, I knew I wasn't going to take a loss. I thought, let's ride this real quick for $50 or $500, see where it lands us, and that's what it landed me. So it's at 1,700 profit right now. Did we get out of drawdown on Friday? Yeah.
I think maybe even on Wednesday we got it out of drawdown, and then Friday you ended up, I think, up maybe $1,600 or something.
Yeah. 16, yeah.
Listen, I'm committed to this account. I know exactly what happened on that bad boy.
Yeah. Not thinking straight today. I have allergies really bad. I'm taking.
Oh, that's no good.
Yeah, I'm taking Benadryl right now.
Oh boy, he's loopy on Benadryl, ladies and gentlemen.
And coffee.
Yeah. Oh man, all right. Well, so if we got, I'm probably gonna keep it light this first 30 minutes or so. I am going to, I think I'm going to turn the trade copier back on here. If you guys weren't on Friday, I connected a couple 50K challenges. So you can see when I go under my trade copier here, I have my 50K copy accounts, and I should be able to start that up. What's this say? Yeah, start. What? Oh, I gotta click that. All right, cool. Now you can see that's running. I could stop it if I wanted, but you can see trade copiers on. So anything I place will be getting placed on 2 accounts. Got a rejection of 2169 out of the gate here. Well, I guess pre-market actually. Gold looking like it's got some strength. You're muted, Brian.
No, your ears are clogged. I just said it could be just a fake pump with PMI coming in 30 minutes. You know, that's
heading to. It looks like it's right at its overnight high or pre-market high, whichever way you look at it.
Yeah, it is.
London high, maybe.
I mean, I guess I would have been proud of that had I jumped in about 10 minutes ago, but
yeah, you feel like you kind of missed it at this point.
Oh, yeah, no. You know, I told myself 2 hours ago I'm just not going to trade until after the news.
Yeah, it's not a bad idea.
Yeah, and when you're feeling a little under the weather, maybe you should listen to your guts and heart. You know, the little voice. What's the little man inside you say?
He's telling me that Friday's low could be the low for the short term, and that I'm going to be watching this 21.69.25 for longs if we can get above it.
Is that your truth or your lie? I told my wife about your story there on
skydiving.
Dive jump.
Yeah.
The signing your life away.
Yeah. That is true. It was a heck of an experience, that's for sure.
It was Friday evening, we were having some cocktails, and I was like, and then Tyler said he had to sign all his papers. And
I love it.
Death and dying was on every one of them.
Yeah, you may die. You could die. Wow,
and then Tyler said,
NQ giving us a nice pop, a nice push. Back over the level here. Hi, Nikhil. It just depends. A lot of times I'll have the trades, like the charts up kind of in the background while I'm doing some other things. Just kind of like monitoring where price is, or if sometimes in the afternoon, maybe I'm holding a runner or I want to take a power hour trade. So like I'm always like kind of keeping an eye on them, even if I'm not like actively trading them. I would love to skydive in Dubai. I bet you that would be amazing. I've never been to Dubai, but I know a lot of traders like it there. Looks like a pretty amazing place. Is that where you're from, Nikhil? Hopefully I'm saying that right. So initially bullish action out of the gate on the indexes. I'm debating if I want to try something before the news or wait until after. I have lots of room on NQ if she wants to get going. I got about 250 points of potential room up above. We're right here at the level. I almost would like a 2-minute retest of the opening print.
Goodness gracious, gold is just pumping. But it's doing that typical gotcha.
So I just said I wanted a 2-minute opening print retest. We'll see if it gives it to us. We have the opening print right here. So if this triggers a buy for me, I'll probably try an entry. How much time? I think I might even go a little aggressive here, not even wait for the 2-minute entry or the trigger. I'm taking 2 micros to start.
Don't have any regrets after that.
So $206 worth of risk. Gonna stop under this little pre-market swing low. See if we regret the aggressiveness of the entry or not. If we're waiting for the trigger. I like all the indexes holding up so far, but we'll see. And Q looking like she wants to drag behind a little bit right now.
All right, now gold's just pissing me off.
She's just going.
Coulda, shoulda, woulda. That could be
Well, so that's why you
institutional.
wait for the trigger sometimes there. I tried the aggressive entry on the 2-minute before the 2-minute triggered, and then 2-minute never triggered. Now we're just getting harsh failure, so I just got stopped. No worries, though. I knew it was a bit of an aggressive entry. Kept it small. YM holding up better than the rest of the indexes right now. YM holding up pretty nicely, actually. I don't even have the YM data, actually. Not an option for me right now. I may have to start paying for that.
The market depth?
Yeah, I forget, whoever the data feed for the Dow, the YM is different than the data feed that's included, and I haven't subscribed to it, but I think I may have to.
I have to look up those groups on futures. I just don't trade futures enough to have those memorized. CME or all the
At this
various
point,
Chicago boards.
at this point, I'll probably wait. Wow, XRP up 20% in the last 24 hours.
Yeah, that's my old friend. Remember?
XRP, yeah.
You thought people thought that was my lie.
Yeah, Ash, and that's what I just said, that YM looks like the strong index right now. Nikhil, India, 4 hours away from Dubai. Gold is just pumping, baby.
Yeah, that could be institutional money.
Yeah,
maybe. We'll know when the news comes out, what it decides to do. What's the guy that does the moving average? He has on several interviews with FunderPro. Artie?
Yeah, Artie. Yeah.
Artie?
Yeah.
Artie, yeah. A long time ago, I watched one of his videos. He has a really good talking point in his principles of institutional money doing a grab and a fake out, then a go, sort of like actually, he imitates it like a person jumping off a diving board, and he's so right. In other words, you have the spring action, go, and he demonstrates that. And once I saw him demonstrate that in a video like a year and a half ago, I got so much better at it. Not being faked out during the pre-dive. And if it's going to go up, it's the opposite. It's a fake jump. Poof. But I love his interpretation. I love his it's like a little guy going off a diving board.
All right, so we got about 20 minutes till news.
Oh my God. So we're being asked about the Oval Office meeting with Zelensky the other day. I have my opinion. It goes back and forth.
Yeah.
How it affects the market, it's a whole different story.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know.
I can sum it up. I'm very,
Go
very
ahead.
neutral.
You give your take on politics. I think it just may be something I avoid. I don't know.
It's something to avoid, but to me, this is a neutral statement right here because I'll just speak the facts. They were aggressive with him. I mean, you can't deny that. I don't care what side you're on. And he does do a version of propaganda at times. You have to go back to how Ukraine got into some of this stuff early on and how other countries have overreached. And there's been overreaching and underreaching on everyone's account, and it's a mess. So in the end, and I think no one could disagree when I say that meeting was out of control, and I don't think the live TV needed that to happen. I don't care how you cut it. It just didn't need to be on
I don't so I don't think that should be done on live TV. I think that I think that's something. I think basically they seem to have a problem with his lack of appreciation for the support that we've been giving, right? But I don't think that's something you want public to be on live TV.
Right.
And I don't know. It's a complicated issue. And they're all up in arms about how much support we're giving to Ukraine. And then I think the day after that meeting, they sent $4 billion to Israel. So it's
exactly.
I'm just gonna quit talking about politics. That's
or fade your conversation into trading now, because that's kind of probably how it was asked.
Sure.
So what I said and what you said is all true. Then you go, well, how's that going to affect the market, right? Think it goes back to what you keep saying all last week: uncertainty.
Yeah.
And it's making the market it's making all the charts do maneuvers that are demonstrating that. So
yes, yeah. I think the market, uncertainty is going to bring volatility, where you're going to see harsh selling, but then you see strong bounces. I mean, even just the moves that we've been having have been super big. I mean, it kind of requires you to size down a little bit. I expect there to be continued volatility in the market. The indexes did sell off a lot last week, but then had that strong close into the end of the day on Friday. So I still lean towards us seeing a little bit of a bounce before we see any more selling. But yeah, I think like Brian just said, the uncertainty is here to stay. So I think that means the volatility is here to stay. I didn't have my best week last week with all the selling. I think I talked about this with Brian. I got caught, I think, in a situation where I wanted to short futures on several different occasions, but I didn't want the market to sell off because I had some individual names long positions open, and so that was a little bit of something I'm trying to navigate this week a little bit differently, trading both futures and options, individual names. So the index is still seeing some selling. YM has started to give up some of its strength. It is above its opening print. I do have ES trading right at a level here, which pre-market was something I was watching for pullbacks into this ES level, which is at 5972.75. But we got news coming up soon, so I'm not gonna rush an entry yet. I think I'm going to wait till after news and then I look for an entry at that point. I just hope the news doesn't. I mean, I guess I wouldn't hate it, but hope it doesn't pump us too hard and make it tricky to find an entry.
Yeah. Dang it, Tyler! I was looking at US 30, thinking it was the gold chart.
Oh no. To be honest with you, US 30 looks kind of good for a long right now. In my opinion, if you're on Forex on one of the Forex accounts, I don't hate it. You can put a stop underneath the opening print. I have a level at 44.52 that we're busting through right now.
Yeah, the Dow did a decent little pump.
Yeah.
Overnight.
Yeah, it's definitely the strongest looking index, that's for sure. US 30, the Dow, YM.
I mean, I'm just now doing my pre-market analysis because I didn't trade London. I tried my best, but being on a bunch of allergy medicine, I just couldn't do it.
NQ almost came back to yesterday's close or to Friday's close, but didn't quite get there. Pretty big 5-minute wick on the gold 5-minute bar there.
Gold is suckering people in right now.
You think it's gonna sell?
I don't know.
You're just you're hands off till news, right?
Yeah, today. Statistically speaking, I have lost like 68% of the time when I try to trade pre-PMI.
That's pretty ugly. Ugly failure on NQ there. Put in 2 5-minute bars that looked like a solid bounce, and then immediately you erase them. Hey, Susan, what's up? Ashton, have you taken any trades today? I know you were looking at US 30. It failed. It's failing again. So yeah, everything, all the indexes with a pretty solid failure there. Gold looks like it's going to trigger a 5-minute buy based off of the way I would look at it. Not quite, but hasn't done it yet. Need over the previous 5-minute high.
So I bet I just wouldn't try to read the chart right now for gold because PMI is about to be released.
Yeah, that's a good point. That's a good point. Yeah, I guess I'm narrating, but I really have no intentions of entering anything until.
It could be painting a picture, like you said.
Yeah,
But
exactly. Yep.
not really be that, yeah, that story. That story could change in 10 minutes.
Yeah, yeah, exactly, exactly.
Oh, Susan. Yeah, when you're maxed on a few challenges, that's kind of the best feeling in the world. I love when I'm
Nice,
maxed on
nice,
a
nice.
challenge.
That's awesome.
You could just walk away on that account, maybe that account, or
Yeah.
like, I like when the rules say you can't do any better than that.
Yeah, I know a couple of people dealing with that flu right now, Ashton. But Susan, nice stuff. Nice trading today. So did you catch what do you trade, Susan? Do you trade indexes or you trade gold? YM, aka US 30, holding the opening print as of right now, seeing a decent bounce. But we got 8 minutes till data. I think that that'll help dictate this direction for us here. There's room in both directions based off the way I chart. Got about 350 points of room down below. And we got about over 2196. We got about 250 points of room. So definitely room for NQ to move in one way or the other. That's for sure. Based off of my level system. NQ has about another 20 points to close the gap to Friday's close. So that'll close the overnight gap up. The Sunday gap up. We closed Friday at 28.98, which we missed that by like a tick so far. Wonder if that area holds. Oh, I hate that. I wish you could I wish there was a way to do the settings on this so you could yeah, okay, here we go. So when you hear me talk about gap up, now you can't see on here, but this is like the close of the New York action on Friday. On the hourly chart, right? So we got a gap up overnight. Now we technically filled that gap during the overnight session, but I look at charts from basically New York to New York session. So if you look at that, right, this is where we closed on Friday. This yellow line is where we opened New York today. So from the Friday's close to Monday's open, we have a gap up. And so we sold off and we've now filled that gap, which based off of edge full data, we've talked about gaps do get filled, I think, a little over 60% of the time. So now we've filled that gap. We'll see if that gap area holds, or if we see some more selling. We got the data here in about 4 minutes and 30 seconds. Pretty harsh selling on the 5 minute though. Taking a rejection of 2196 would have been aggressive, but would have been it's pretty clean level rejection there. Rejected it a couple times here, rejected it here. Could have got you on that little spike up, but sold off about 200 points from that level so far. NQ mostly, some gold YMES. Okay. Good stuff, Susan. Good stuff, Susan. By the way, anybody wanting a discount code RISKLIFE will work on FunderPro futures or Forex. Four minutes till a little PMI action. Anybody do anything fun this weekend? Any skydiving?
Anybody push their wife out of a plane like Tyler did?
Oh, that's funny. That's a good way to put it.
Well, it was a failed attempt.
Oh man, does anybody follow? I don't want to get too into it because we're on the FunderPro stream, but does anybody follow like prop firm drama on X? Susan, that discount should give you whatever the best possible discount that's available at the time is. I think Forex is maybe 15%, and I think futures is maybe 10% right now. Wow, NQ getting ugly. She's getting real ugly. The first two 15-minute bars on NQ, and we've market's been open for almost a half an hour, and that's just been a rejection to erase the entire overnight, erase that little overnight move up. We'll see if the data saves us or continues to dump us. All right, data in 2 minutes. I'm going to run coffee break, Brian.
Yeah, coffee break.
We'll be right back.
So I'm watching gold here on some technical oscillators on the 5 minute, 15, 30 minute, and the 1 hour. And they are all averaging at a neutral stance or a buy. Nothing is aiming to go short. Including the 1 week, the 1 day, and the 4 hour. They all align between neutral and buys for gold. So that news is about to come out any second. I'm not going to take a trade until 5 to 15 minutes afterwards, but I'm very curious here if gold is actually going to pump up as a buy. And it's going to knock people out right now if they are in that buy.
Yowzers, I come back and the I guess the data came out, huh?
Yes.
I was gonna say even more downside.
50.3 under the previous PMI numbers. 50.6 was the forecast, so it's down. When you left, I was looking at the Technicals for gold on the 5, 15, 30, and 1 hour. Everything was a buy, between a buy and a neutral.
I have a gold futures level at 2884.9, which we're seeing a nice bounce off of since post PMI reaction. We'll see if it holds or not. So the data came in better than expected, right?
No,
Worse than expected.
slightly. Not enough to make a difference. So, well, oh shoot, hold on. I take that. No, never mind. Manufacturing prices was a lot higher, but that's not a red folder. Measures the level of the diffusion index based on surveyed purchasing managers. PMI. But manufacturing ISM is. Oh.
I just don't like this now. I have no levels in the area to make decisions from.
Yeah.
I wish the news had taken us to a different spot. Because the rally back to the opening print is kind of a stronger rally than I'd like to short. To be honest with you, my favorite trade would probably be a gold long off of that level bounce, because its news did spike it into a level for me. But
how many accounts did you guys fill before getting funded? Shoot.
Oh, I've been through my fair share, that is for sure. Even I think once you say you get funded for the first time, I wouldn't expect that to be the end all be all noob, you know.
Yeah.
I don't think it's a bad idea. I think, you know, if I were you, I would be trying to get funded with FunderPro Forex, with FunderPro Futures, both of them, and you know, keep yourself. I don't think it's even a bad idea. Whether you copy trade, I'm trying out the copy trading thing for the first time ever. Like I've shown you guys here on the copy trader. But even I don't think it's bad trying to get funded with multiple different accounts. Yeah, Susan says lots and lots and lots. Yeah, and Brian and I both have talked about this too. We probably trade accounts, our demo or the challenge accounts, more aggressively. You know, trying to get funded. But I don't think it's a bad idea to have, you know, accounts and backup accounts. It's like, okay, you take a loss or two on one of your funded accounts. You don't continue to dig that hole deeper. You move to another account. Maybe it's a Forex account. Maybe it's a futures account, whatever it may be. But I would continue to try to get funded with as much funded capital as you can, and don't necessarily put all your eggs in one basket thinking that's going to be the last funded account that you ever have. Now, don't get me wrong. If you can keep a funded account forever, kudos to you. That is awesome. That's amazing if you can do that. I just wouldn't, from an emotional perspective, look at one funded account as a oh boy, daddy, I've made it, you know. Keep working on building your funding. I think if you're going to trade props, I think that's you know, and obviously everybody on here probably is a prop firm trader. Man, part of me wants to try along here, but I just don't have a whole lot of conviction.
Noob is asking about the 2-minute rule, but yeah, when you ask that question, Noob, you could trade 2 minutes after. Sometimes I wait. If it's FunderPro that I'm trading on, I wait until I give it like 2 seconds after 2 minutes if I think it's my setup. I definitely make sure that 2 minutes is registered so no one can go back and review my account and go, it was 1:58, Brian.
Man, I can't. I was thinking about a IQ long here, but I'd have to have like 100-point stop. It's just the volatility is real right now.
Yeah, my stop right now, my trade, if I went long on gold, my trade would be so small out of risk management for my stop loss position would be so far out that.
Yeah, like I'm looking at the 5-minute now, and the 5-minute hasn't even triggered yet. But I mean, it's the same wick on the 2-minute. If you look, look at the 2-minute.
On the what, NQ?
On NQ,
Yeah.
you'd have to have a stop underneath this this wick as of right now, and that's it's 100 over, it's like 100-point stop, which is crazy. So that's $200 per micro.
Well, gold might go without me today. I don't know. It's carrying some risk right now for me to trade it. More risk than I would take. So
yeah, I think we're kind of in the same boat right there. That's why I'm not. Trying anything yet. I want to see us give me a little bit more of a formation here, and also I don't know. Maybe I should be more open to the downside, I guess.
Yeah, Susan's absolutely right. You got to hit rock bottom. You have to feel bad about your trading and think it can't get any worse, and then it gets worse. And I think that's when you start doing better.
Yeah, that's a good point. I think that's well said. Is copy trading possible in FunderPro fast track accounts? Yeah, I'm pretty sure you can copy trade with the FunderPro Forex accounts, but I think you have to use a trade copier. Which I don't know if Susan's saying yes, as in like she knows how. But if I think I've seen people in the Discord before talk about copy traders that they've used, but I've never used one in Forex. Oh no, rock bottom. Okay. But yeah, no, I think the rock bottom statement is solid. That's true. My problem is I just keep thinking that it was rock bottom. No, I'm just kidding. And I find a new low. But that probably will happen a couple of times. You think you hit rock bottom, and then you find a new rock bottom. And then once you really hit rock bottom, then you start to change.
How low is rock bottom?
How low can you go?
I say my rock bottom was I'm done trading. I don't think it's for me. I don't think I'm cut out to do this. I thought I was. And then so many people knew me as a trader, and you think, how do I tell this person or that person I'm done, I'm quitting? And that made me really rethink it.
Yeah, that's deep. That's deep.
I mean, I was just like, oh God, just talk about being in the corner, man. You have to be like pushed away, held down, and pissed on before you can do good as a day trader.
That's true. It's true. I mean, think about it, right? Trading, whether or not you want it to be, is extremely competitive. It's a zero-sum game. I know a lot of prop trading is done on like challenges or simulations or stuff, but like the way trading works is like, if you're making money, somebody else is losing money, and so you're trying to do that amongst the best traders in the world, with way more money than you. You're this tiny fish in this massive ocean, and you're trying to ride the waves. And so it's to expect you're going to start trading and pick it up and make money like that is just, it's crazy. It's not, everyone has to go through a lot of hardship and before most people can really apply the discipline that's required. Susan, Brian does not. I do. I work in the FunderPro's marketing department, and hosting the stream and stuff. Brian is just a trader who helps. He's helps co-host with me here. What was my rock bottom? I think making a lot, like there's been several occasions where I've made a lot of money and then given it back faster than I made it.
Yeah, it's always faster than you made it, isn't it? Got it. It can go so quick. It can go so quick.
And it still happens. Regret this, but I'm gonna try one more NQ long here.
Okay, you're trying to snipe that sucker.
Yeah.
Well,
I have YM holding a level, and it's had a little relative strength. And see if maybe it can pull us up here. First target would be back at the opening print.
if I was to short US 30, I would do it now. Maybe I should. No, I don't want to do it. You hear the uncertainty in my voice about my
Yeah,
choice?
yeah. If you have that uncertain, yeah, we've talked about this before. A very wise woman once said, "If it's not a F yes, it's an F no."
Right. Oh, and you remember what I've been doing for the last couple weeks when I say I ask myself, would I take the opposite? So right now for gold, for example, I keep wanting to buy it, I keep wanting to short it, but I say, well, you want to go long? Yeah. Would you short it right now? Yeah. Would you go long? Yeah. All right, now everything's a yes. But that's my setup. Anyone else watching us right now that might have a different view, different take, right? Time frame changes. I'm watching gold right now in the 5 minute because it was a heavy news day and it's a heavy news week. So I kind of want to see the noise on the smaller time frames. I think if I stuck to the larger ones, I'm gonna get knocked out, whipsawed out. Oh, and by the way, the president of the U.S. Trump speaks today.
Well, what time? Because he crushes my longs with his
It's
tariff talk every damn time.
Yeah, it's still tentative on my clock, but they got it scheduled for tomorrow and tomorrow evening. So during early Asia market, he's going to speak, and they actually have it red foldered on some of the systems.
Really
Yeah, I don't know
interesting.
that I've seen that. I don't pay attention to. I know when the Fed is going to talk, sometimes that'll get red foldered. That usually means somebody knows the topic. Now, since gold is a safe haven instrument for trading, if he says anything remotely close to we're not going to help this or we are going to help fight that, I mean, then gold's going to trigger one way or the other. During war, gold goes up like crazy. During peace treaty, gold comes down like crazy. Yeah, Ashton, when you're ready to quit, like you're just like,
Yeah.
it's not for me. This isn't like when you want to quit your job and you just like, I hate my boss. I hate these people sitting next to me in the other cubicles. you know.
Yeah, Nikhil, I talked about this, I think briefly. I've talked about this a little bit. But like if I had to have like a specific, and this is at this point, this has been a long time. So I don't know if it was like, but it's definitely one of my rock bottoms is when I lost, I had like $25,000 of profits on a prop firm account that I lost. That was definitely like, I was going to look at one specific. That was a pretty low time for me. But yeah, I agree with what you're saying for sure. Susan, you asked, do I have any pull on the future side? I don't know about pull, but I can talk to someone. Why? Do you have a question, or are you looking for something? What do you need some pull for? Not liking the way NQ's playing out here. It's not the 5-minute close that I wanted. It was looking decent, and then that 5-minute got closed with the upper wick. The gold long I liked is still working. Susan, yeah, if you have any feedback on the payout process, yeah, obviously we are new. I think there's still some hiccups that they're working out. But feel free to DM me. I don't know if you're on any socials, but my personal page is at Risk Life News, or you can do at FunderPro. But send me kind of a list of things, like even if it's just kind of like it could be the whenever you're eligible for a payout or whatever, it could be like the email instructions or whatever you're thinking. Just let me know. I'll definitely relay any feedback you have. Also, too, there's the futures. The futures product has its own Discord, and I know they take suggestions in there as well. So if you're not a part of that, feel free to give feedback in there. I know they check it out. Yusuf, yes, daily payouts on Forex. The Forex is real. With the futures, you have to I think receive 3 payouts, and then you get moved to daily payouts. But with Forex, they are daily payouts from your first trade. Go ahead, Brian.
Gold is sort of testing the 4-hour key level. So that's a strong key level. If it rejects off that, it could consolidate for a little bit and then go into a nice short.
Yeah, Brian, your dotted blue line is where I had one of my hourly levels on gold futures, pretty much right there.
Okay. Yeah, that's
so the news spiked right into that level there and started to get the bounce. That's when I was looking at the potential longs.
Yeah.
So you're looking for gold to buy into your upper key level and then see a little consolidation for potential reversal.
Yeah, pretty much. I don't have a setup for this. If it goes north of that 4-hour key level it's testing right now, if it goes up, it could pull back at any moment. So that's not going to be a go for me. I'm only looking for a short, I think. And if it goes long, I want to see it consolidate for a while, and then I might take it. I still think this is post PMI shakeout.
Excuse me. Yeah, for my trade, I'm not necessarily feeling great about how it's playing out. I think if at this point, if it is going to hold, that we almost need a little spike underneath this 5-minute bar first, that then fails, which would kind of be, and this was kind of my, we have this 2-minute range that we've been kind of stuck in. I would love to just see the lows of this 2-minute range hold, but I almost feel like we need a little spike below this 2-minute range to really take us higher, but I guess we'll see. And I think if we do spike below, I think there's a chance we spike to a new low in the day and stop me out. So we'll see. I definitely would. Yusuf, a lot of your friends follow me on Instagram. That's cool, man. Yeah, discount code Risk Life. I'm glad to hear a lot of your friends follow me on Instagram. To be honest with you, I've been slacking. I haven't been posting a whole lot. When you're not having a good trading week, it is so difficult to be motivated about making trading content when your personal trading's not going well. And I had a tricky week last week. And yeah, just like my motivation to be posting has been really low. But no, I definitely going to get back on the gram. But code Risk Life will get you a discount on FunderPro Futures or FunderPro Forex. All right, can we break the highs of this 2-minute range now? And I'll pop over to
There goes gold.
Susan mentioned earlier she had a checklist of why not to enter trade when back testing, and I think that's a great thing to do. By the way, as long as obviously, I don't think you want to give yourself analysis paralysis in the in the process, but I do think being pickier sometimes, because I think less is more when it comes to trading. I think putting things in place that make you a little bit pickier to really, feel good about your entries before taking an entry just for the sake of taking an entry is never a bad thing. I think it's better to miss a move than it is to force a bad trade.
Yeah.
All right. Well, so based off of my trades so far, I've talked about this little kind of 2-minute zone. We're getting the break above. The 5-minute overall, this could just be a 15-minute. Looks pretty solid. Like that's a pretty solid from the lows on pretty solid bounce from the lows on the 15-minute. Obviously, we're still in a downtrend. We could put in a 15-minute lower high, but so far, I think it looks solid. I don't hate the entry right now. I think things are looking solid. We're coming up on 1-to-1 R here. You can see my risk on the trade is $350. I'm currently up $330. So hitting about a 1-to-1 R right now.
Good.
Ideally, we'll get closer to the opening print here. And I only have 2 micros, but I am copy trading, right? I have my, as you can see, I have my trade copier on.
Yeah.
So 2 micros on both accounts here. And also I took the $200 loss earlier in the day. So I'm aiming for higher. I want the opening print or close to it. I probably won't be a dick for a tick, but I will probably take one of my 2 micros off if we can get that strong of a rally. Hopefully we do, but we'll see. Yeah, Susan said always another bus coming by to hop on. Ain't that the truth? Yep, that's the tricky part about trading. There's constantly opportunity staring you in the face, or at least opportunity you could talk yourself into thinking this opportunity. The more you look at the charts. Gold just pamping, baby. She don't got no chill.
Yeah. It broke up with me. I wasn't about to ride that one. I would have been taking a logical guess and then using a lot of hope.
Hopium's never something you want to be trading with.
Yeah, the hope theory doesn't always hold out.
No, hopium is a hell of a drug that surely will end you.
You know what else ends you, I think, and people are too naive for, which holds you back from being successful at trading, is and and I'm not no insult to anyone who uses this phrase, but I think it will do this. Well, yeah, but just make sure you're entering that trade based on something. That your thought isn't just it looks tired or it looks oversold or overbought. I just don't think that's a consistent methodology to use.
Yeah, that being said, you could also argue that everything in trading is, I think, because you don't ever actually know.
Right. You don't. So hence why I like to use some kind of technical in there, something I can blame it on when it doesn't work out. That's true. That sounds funny, but I need something like I want to say, okay, here's the candle I like to go on. It failed me. Okay, well, it fails sometimes. It's not my fault.
That's true.
Yeah,
I was just putting your screen up. Ashton, to answer your question, Brian did not. He's watching this gold to trade into this blue level. He had that key level there. He's looking, I think, for some consolidation back underneath that level to potentially short. I don't know if that's still what he's looking at, but that's what he was looking at earlier.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking for. I want to see this weaken up, this run up. I want it to get weakened. So far, everything about this going up was strong. Well, if it's strong, then I'm known to the old me, the past me, jump on that train too late when it's already reaching its destination. You know,
Yes,
no,
he
I'm in
was.
it for the long haul. Then gold is like, no, 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 we're done, get off.
You know what, Scrooge? I'm pretty sure I'm gonna start blaming my trading losses on Brian too. I think that's
Ah.
the move. Sorry, babe. This Brian guy, this damn co-host of mine, told me yeet full port into gold.
Okay, yeah. So like, here's what he's talking about, right? Okay.
This arrow made me do it. There's now evidence on the screen that this arrow made me do it. See?
Yeah. You know, it does work pretty well.
My wife would say, babe, why did you short that uptrend in gold? And I'll say, because Brian put 3 yellow down arrows on the damn screen, babe. That's why I had to do it.
Yeah.
By the way, we got nice little pop, a little higher here. Ed and Q still working out. Give me the OP, baby. Give me the OP.
Susan has a point there on gold. I'm going to, thanks for reminding me, Susan. I need to go look at the 1 hour. Oh, yeah. So on the 1 hour, gold has a candlestick that's this long. So let's see if that turns around.
All right, I'm gonna set a trim there for, I guess, a trim, but half of the take off half. I only have 2 micros, so been trading a little bit smaller when copy trading. I don't want to get too aggressive with it. So Scrooge, Scrooge said, did anyone get hurt by that turnaround from last night into today? I was up about 1,500, and I just watched it dissipate. Now I'm struggling to stay in, hoping for some more upside on IQ. So, Scrooge, did you take a trade last night? And were you in a, so you were in a long overnight? Is so what it sounds like. So you held your long position overnight into today, and so the New York sell off and data sell off took away your profits. Is what I think you're saying. But hopefully, Scrooge, you're still in it, and because we're seeing a nice bounce so far. Hopefully, we can get back up to these highs here.
Tyler, look at you. You're turning a dream into green.
Bang, bang, baby. Bang, bang.
Whoa. Now we're going to share that profit, right?
Yeah, that's only on the 200K. That's only on the 200K. So this area does kind of concern me slightly, right? We had this initial strong push down, and then kind of a slower grind down from there. That's like, if we were to put in a lower high, I think this is a logical area that we could put a lower high in at. And I was up close to 2-to-1 R, I think, on this, but I'm still aiming for a little higher here. Actually, I'm going to tighten this stop up a little bit. I'm going to bring my stop under this swing low here. So only about $187 I risk on if this reverses on me. But we're currently floating about $500, $515 worth of profit.
Goodness.
Euro USD. I was in some Euro USD longs that kept me afloat. It was doing pretty good. I never really look at Euro USD. I don't have a Forex account open. I don't know, Brian, if you want to check it out, you're more than welcome. But I know you're watching for a trade too, so don't feel like you have to abandon what you're doing. I really like the 15-minute close we got. Some other 15-minute earlier. Nice strong close. So I think that's a good look. Still, it's a logical area that we could put in a lower high. So not saying we can't reverse it. But it is a nice 15-minute close. Scrooge, back to your NQ long. I have this level here at 21.9625. If we can get back there and above it, obviously we rejected it pretty harshly, so it could be a battle for us. But above that, I like NQ for higher. I don't know if we get there. We're about an hour into the New York session since the New York stock market has opened. The first hourly bar closed as a hammer candle. It closed red, but it closed with a pretty strong lower wick. What's up, Ed?
So we got gold is still holding in the buy range instead of the short. Why are people not? Okay. Gold is just now seeing its first sell opportunity on most of the oscillators. That's the 15. Okay, and the 5. Okay. Gold might be reversing now, but I still just don't feel great taking it.
I know. Part of me got tempted to add another contract into this long, thinking we get up to the opening print. But I don't want to do anything stupid. What's the VIX doing? Decisions.
So I'm short on gold now.
Oh, bright guy with the short. There's them damn arrows dictating everybody's future around here.
That could be a turnaround candle. it didn't make it up to this next key level up top here. So I'm going short here because it's the first time I feel like I wouldn't be taking a long. I wouldn't buy it. I wanted to buy it all the way up in here, but it went without me, so I didn't take it. So this is the first time I wouldn't have bought it for sure. And while we were off my screen away from it, you know, I had this on one of my other charts here, this uptrend. And it's like I say at times, it's very far from it right now. And it tested this uptrend over and over and over again, including throughout the news event. So it's just, there's a lot of real estate between price currently and where this trend is at. It might not make it to it. So what I'm questioning, see, now it's going to come off this 4-hour key level. Now it's going to go back into it where I wanted it to consolidate. So I guess you could say maybe I'm trying to hook a little bit of the low of maybe a consolidation zone that's going to form, maybe. And I can take this out for $500 right now. I think I will kill that first position.
Nice.
And
nice. So this is on the 200K? Okay, baby. Okay.
Yeah.
We're up over 2 grand profits. I like it. I like it. The rally continues. The comeback continues.
Yeah, it does. So you see, doing what I said, it came right down to that level and shot with that wick, just right off that key level. That always happens. So that's why I went ahead and grabbed some off the table, because it maybe wants to go up more. But I want this at a minimum. I want this to be a break-even trade, zero loss, zero gain at minimum. I don't want to. But I don't think I'm going to add to it either. It's not. I'm not the best at these reversals, so I like to give it some wiggle room, you know, and trade lightly.
Yeah, I may regret it. I did add NQ, so I'll pull back there, and so I added two contracts into my 2 that I had, and tightened some stops up. So far we're seeing a nice little bounce.
So one lot size is what I'm carrying right now on a 200K. So that's about a quarter of what I would go in at on a pure setup that I like.
You use about a quarter size that you typically use?
I'll start in at a quarter to half. So I went in at 2 positions, 1 lot each, so 2 lots.
Okay.
Normally I would go for gold. Okay, a 200 account, I'll do a 2 lot size position. If it pulls back on me, I'll add 2 more. Okay, so that's 4 in total. If it's 100K, then I'll do 1 lot size. If it pulls back, I'll add another lot. So my base is 2 lots on a 200K, and then I'll double that twice. 1 on a 100K, 0.5 on a 50, 0.25 on a 25. Those are how I position myself when I'm in my setup. Now, this isn't my famous setup, so I go in at even half that, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
It's all based on risk, you know. So these reversals I'm not the best at, but I tend to always pick up a few bucks, so it's worth it. It's worth a try. Oh, dude, you had to suffer through that red candlestick, or is that a new?
That's when I added to this trade on that pullback, yeah, which is a little bit of a bigger pullback than I wanted. So I'm putting this up just to show everyone my new entry. So like my average entry is now worse. I was originally in with just 2, and I had a better entry, but I added 2.
Okay.
which then made my average price worse. But so I've tightened my stops a little bit, kind of underneath that current swing low, and but yeah, I'm gonna take. So that'd be two. That'd be. I want to put another trim there. All right. So if we get a pop up towards the opening print here, I'm still going to take half my position off. Yeah, yep, we need over this kind of 950, 960 area here, Susan. Or I do. Yeah, I guess I do.
Yeah.
But I just wanted to show everybody my just update on my position since I added into it.
Yeah, we can watch that. If something happens over here, I'll let you know.
Sounds good. I do have
more activity going on.
I have gold there pulled up on my Thinkorswim. So I'm keeping an eye on its price action as well.
I exited gold, by the way.
Okay, so you're flat. All right.
Yeah. Couple
$100. All right. Well,
yeah,
so that still ended up a winning trade for you, right?
Yeah. It might go again. I just I took the safe route. It was either going to give me, a quick, easy 1% gain, or just a little bit of profit and jump out. So it was worth trying.
5 minute triggered over the previous 5 minute red bars high. So I'm tightening the stops up even a little bit more here now underneath that 5 minute swing low. YM just got a nice push back towards the upside at its opening print. All the indexes seeing a nice little buy right now. Pump it up. Pump it up. Pump it up. I believe in the good love.
Oh, you're gonna get sued.
Just because I sound so much like him.
Yeah. you get your voice pretty high like that.
In high school, I took chorus class, and I was one of the only men who was a tenor instead of a bass, because I hit them high notes, baby.
Really?
Yeah. Chorus class was the great. So the high school I went to, we had something which was unique. We had something called block scheduling. So like a lot of high schools, you might have like 8 classes a day that are all 30 minutes or whatever it may be, 8 or 10 classes a day that are 30, 40 minutes. We only had 4 classes a day that all were an hour and a half long.
Yeah.
And so chorus class was an hour and a half long in this just like massive, like chorus style room. And the chorus teacher would call up like, the men, the bassists, the tenors, the altos, all these different like groups of people, right? So you would sing for like 15 minutes and then you had basically an hour and 15 minutes to just do whatever you wanted. It was the greatest blow off class in the history of blow off classes. Scrooge, I don't do any signaling on my social media accounts. I've considered getting into the education portion. And on here, obviously I'm telling when I'm taking my trades, but I want it to be more for try to explain maybe why I'm taking that trade or that kind of thing instead of just like blindly following signals. I'm not a big believer in blindly following signals. But I do think you can, if you follow someone's trade signals and then you put in the effort to understand them and why they're taking those trades and that kind of thing, I think, and you learn from them in that sense, I don't think there's anything wrong with it. But I don't know. There's a lot of pressure that comes with that. I don't have a Discord or anything. I've considered getting more into education, but we'll see. Maybe a little bit later this year, depending on how things go. Not liking this 5 minute failure. Immediately erasing that little pop we got. I do have ES at a level, which is the level we were talking about earlier. YM, after that really strong 5-minute bar, has started to fail its opening print. 2-minute kind of giving us a bit of a double top. Not ideal. Not ideal. Yeah, pretty ugly failure on YM. Let's see if she can hold. Let's see. Let's see. Scrooge, sometimes I will put on my Instagram, like if I'm looking at like a potential swing trade or something. Like I talked about Meta a couple times. Like I'll give like a potential trade idea. There's been a couple times here and there, but it also worries me because like sometimes I feel like it jinxes me because I also like I put a Tesla trade on my social media once that I felt pretty good about, a swing trade, and Tesla has since absolutely just died ever since. So sometimes I feel like when I start talking about my swing trades publicly, they get cooked. And so I don't know. There's a little bit of, I guess, superstition that plays in with that as well. But every now and then I'll talk about like a certain chart that I like. It's normally if I like a chart's like daily or weekly chart, if I like the looks of it and its potential. Sometimes I'll talk about that. Wow, that's a really ugly 5-minute bar in YM.
Yeah, I don't like that, Tyler.
Yeah, I know. I'm thinking about just taking a full exit right now.
Let me see.
I don't know. I'm gonna give it my stop, I guess, but
I want to do my analysis on that real quick. NQ. I do have charts for everything.
yeah, or YM. Honestly, what I really don't like is YM, who is kind of leading us in strength, just flipped really ugly. I mean, actually, all the indexes are putting in a very similar 5-minute bar.
Ooh. Yeah, so when I put that on my chart, I'm neutral. That's either a pullback to go long or it's getting
Yeah.
ready to consolidate and go short. So
the reason I don't want to make any rash decisions and want to kind of give it, if you look, so like looking at the 5-minute, I think it doesn't look great. The 2-minute action factored into this trade originally, and we kind of had this 2-minute area of consolidation where I was kind of not liking it as we pulled back here, but then we held that 2-minute area consolidation and made the move higher. Put it in a little 2-minute pause bar here, had a 2-minute pullback here, and so we're kind of putting in another 2-minute range kind of in this area here. So I'm like, okay, we just held this little 2-minute range down here, right? So who's to say we can't hold the lows of this 2-minute range again and make our way higher? I'm not saying that definitely happens, but it's like, all right, I'm at least going to give it my stop and see if this area can hold as opposed to rush out of it. But I definitely don't think, like, after that 5-minute trigger, that's a pretty harsh 5-minute failure. I definitely don't think that looks great. That's for sure. I think the likelihood of getting stopped is very real. If Trump started talking, I know that mofo is going to start talking about tariffs, and I know we going lower if that's the case. I might just need, you know what? I might create a trading indicator that just scans for when Trump says the word tariff, and then it automatically enters you into shorts. That might be the new trading algo.
I want to see Susan's signals.
For so when you say TV, do you mean TradingView?
I think
Or do you mean
so.
FunderPro TV?
I think she means TradingView. Because you can edit, you write that stuff
Scalp
in
signals are
time.
85% plus. Nice, good stuff, Susan.
TradingView.
That's pretty dope. So you Susan, do you apply like different styles of trading? Like, so you have like a scalping strategy, and then you have a scalping strategy, and then you also have like more of a higher time frame or strategy where you hold a little bit more. That's cool. That's cool. I like that. Also, yeah, you can write your own code with TradingView. Susan's saying, yeah, I know. So Trade Locker, which obviously is part of the FunderPro Forex side of things, they have Trades AI. So I think you can write your own code, but they also have like AI integrated into it, where like I think you can essentially explain what you want the code to do, and it'll write the code for you. It's not something I spend a whole lot of time on. I personally think that trading requires a little bit of discretion, as opposed to just you can every time X happens do Y and that kind of thing. Which is why I have never really tried to code my own algo or anything like that. Although that being said, with AI and certain things, I mean, there's some crazy things out there. I'm sure it's possible. I just don't know if the way I trade, I don't think I'm like in my head, like, oh, I know of an algo that would work every time. That's just not the way that I look at trading. 5 or 6 confirmations that happen exactly at the same time. That's cool. That's pretty cool. Yeah, so I don't know if there's a way you can share that with us, but I'd be interested. I don't use TradingView. I know a lot of people do. I use Thinkorswim, but well, so far, the thought process on the 2-minute, kind of this 2-minute zone has held up. All right, kind of putting in another 2-minute range here, holding the low area, that 2-minute range. Now, can we pop to new highs is the question. 15-minute, not ideal. That's a strong 15-minute close, and then another solid 15-minute looking bar. Not where I'd expect the failure to be, but the 1 hour. I mean, from a long perspective too, like anyone who got long overnight on this gap up or got long, that was holding longs after Friday's strong end of day pop. This sell off underneath kind of the overnight lows kind of runs all those stops, gives us a chance to go higher, I think, but we'll see what the rest of the day brings us. Have you entered anything else, Brian, or are you still sitting flat?
I went back into that same short, very, very light, in case it makes a sudden drop. I wanted to be in it already. I won't chase it once it takes off. Watching it super, super tight though. But I shorted it. Pretty much the same exact entry point I had earlier. So in other words, I let it green candle a few times and then it came back. So
yeah,
we'll see. Because this account I'm trading on today in FunderPro is sort of experimental for show.
Brian, that 200K account is our lifeblood. Don't talk about it like that. I'm just
Well,
kidding.
I was talking about it in a safeguard way is where I was headed with that anyway. So I think I'm in line with you.
See you, Susan. Thanks for tuning in and hanging out with us today.
I don't want to miss the opportunity to get to the next profit area, like 22, 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, 4,000. I kind of want to stair step it consistently if I can. I'm not going to trade just to trade, but if I see a small opportunity, I'll take it. Because if it's a loss, it'll be so small. It's almost worth it because I'm doing really tight risk management for some of these. Like I'm in a reversal right now, but it's really, really strict risk management. So what are you coming down to a break even there, right there?
Yeah, I'm back at break even here.
Yeah.
Bit of a bummer, but just because I had a chance to end the day green, and I'm not obviously. I think I may get stopped here. I may not. We'll see. But as of right now, it looks like I probably will. Yeah, that's FunderProTv's baby. Don't doubt that 200K account. Well, that's a bummer on the NQ longs. Didn't get the follow through I was hoping for. See, I got stopped out of one of my 4 contracts. If it goes any lower, we'll get stopped on the rest. Oh, never mind. I got stopped on 2 of the 4. Bummer.
I'm flat again. No loss for the day, but flat.
Well, this will stay. If this holds, this will be. I mean, I won't be mad about it, but it'll stink that I got stopped out on that add-on, and but we'll see. I don't know if I necessarily expect this to hold. Yeah, gold with another push. There's just no chill in gold today.
Sort of consolidating. Gold has a
There's my stop.
Beginning appearance of consolidation.
So it's a bummer. I took the loss early. I could have taken the profits on this trade, and I went green on the day. But I was aiming for a little bit of a bigger winner. I don't know. I have a gut feeling it's just going to hold right here now, but that'll be frustrating.
Tyler, when was the last time you updated your setup? Like, have you done anything like that recently, or you're satisfied with what you're doing, or maybe you modified your risk management process, anything like that?
So wait, you modify like my trade setup is in like the style of trades that I take?
Yeah, sometimes what I'm getting at is, if you're ever on a losing streak, that's very susceptible to making a person go back and reevaluate it.
Yeah. It's been a while, to be honest with you.
Okay.
If yeah, exactly, Ashton, right? But and so that's the part for me, right? Like what I just did, and I think this trade's gonna hold now, which is gonna be super frustrating. To be honest with you, I'm considering trying one more entry. Screw it. We're doing it, ladies and gentlemen. We're gonna go 3 micros. All right. But the last time that I had, like, I try not to do that. The last time that, and like what Brian or what Ashley was just saying, the reason why for me, like it creeps into my mind sometimes because when I add to winning trades, like I just did, like a lot of times, like I'll have like winning trades that, like, instead of just taking the profit, like I gave it back. And when that's the case, like I can start to second guess that like strategy of trading. Like that's so stupid. Like I can get tempted to switch to more of like a scalping strategy where I take my profits quicker and stuff like that. When I'm in a losing streak, what I've done is instead of totally changing my strategy, I don't like add into my winners as much. Like I won't push it as far. And if I can like do that to kind of get my footing and get things back back on track, then I'll kind of creep back into adding to those winners and trying to push the winners a little bit more. But I never like fully abandon the way in which I trade. I think I just adjust how aggressively I add to my winners, how aggressively I try to push those winners. Instead of like totally change everything. That's like the one thing that I'll do is I'll quit trying to add into my winners and squeeze them for more.
Yeah, I just thought we hadn't really talked about that angle ever.
Yeah.
And I haven't really changed much about mine. I tweak the risk management process often, but I try not to go full circle. So I think less is better. So I always ask myself if I tend to notice I'm adding thoughts and these confirmations or something like that. If I'm adding to my strategy, I try to catch that, not do it. So I usually what I like to look for and ask myself is, am I using too many thought processes for an entry?
Like, am I overanalyzing or stuff like that?
And I've been finding like, to get where I am now, I have traditionally underthought my risk management, and so I don't really underthink my entry strategy. But when I say risk management, I'm just talking about what dictates to me that I'm going in on a smaller lot size, or I'm taking some off the table now as opposed to holding a runner, and what size that runner going to be. I have a lot that goes into risk management nowadays, but my trading entry point is really, really tight and simple. I mean, I don't know about you, but I hate losing more than I like winning.
Yeah, I would probably agree with that for sure. I think that's a valid statement.
So the way I worked on my risk management is through time is realizing the size losses that don't hurt my feelings. And that started telling me if I'm wrong on a trade, what do I not give a shit about on the loss, in comparison to the account size. So one that helps you out, because if you're trading a $5,000 account versus a $100,000 account, losing $200 is not a big deal on a 100 or 200K. It helps me get into the right mind framework for trading less risk. It means your winners are going to be a little smaller, but
Ashton, for what it's worth, you said the move down still looks strong in 1 minute. Yeah, to be honest with you, this is probably not a great trade for me. I don't know. I'm probably married a little bit too much to my original idea, and I re-entered this more on more on a gut feeling of this is gonna run my stop and work. So and it's definitely doesn't align fully with my trading system. Like one of my main roles is I should be taking trades off a level, and I don't have any levels here. So yeah, I will fully admit this is probably not my greatest trade in the history of trading. This re-entry here. For a second there, I thought, hey, it's not the greatest, but it's gonna work. But now I don't know, man. I don't feel like super convicted on the indexes one way or the other. Like, yeah, lower probably looks a little bit more likely right now. But I'm also not fully convinced. But why I'm starting to break down more definitely makes me think that lower is kind of on the table, but YM had held its overnight lows, but now it looks like it's headed back for them. Yeah, I should probably just exit this bad boy. Yeah. No, even if this trade works, don't call me a genius, anybody watching this, because it's not a trade I feel great about, to be honest with you. If it works, I got lucky. This is one of those I'd categorize for entertainment purposes only. We'll see. I still could see either direction. Which is why I haven't closed it yet, but even these the reversals today have been like a lot of times when you get the reversal, you have like the upper wick, and if you look on like a 2-minute, you do, but we've had like some 5-minute and 15-minute like shaved top reversals, which is a little bit unique.
Lots of news this week.
Yeah. Like, for example, like this 5-minute, we had this lower wick, right? And then this 5-minute close strong. So like when a 5-minute candle closes strong like that and above the previous candle, you normally get some sort of wick or test higher. For instance, you know, if you look at this 5-minute, when we close higher, like you get that wick and then the failure. But we have this like shaved top failure here. 15-minute has, you know, have put in a similar thing. Which, I mean, that does happen, obviously, but the daily. So my thoughts on the daily, Scrooge. I don't know if you were on early or not. But the way I look at the daily chart on NQ is we had this daily range, which is basically all-time highs and these lows here. And we can zoom in a little bit, but basically we were stuck in this daily range for a while. And then we got last week the harsh breakdown and sell off right below the lows of this range. And then Friday, we immediately kind of put in this bar that sends us back into kind of this low area of the range. So the reason I'm kind of open to longs is because I think the possibility of, since we traded back into the lows of this range, I think the possibility of the daily chart heading back up somewhere into this range before we then either, you know, fail and sell back off lower or rally all the way back up to the highs of the range. I just think the chances for a bounce, the way Friday closed, the way Friday put it in this green bar back into the lows of this range, I think give us potential to see a little bit of a bounce. That being said, if you look at the intraday action today, pretty harsh failure from this level. So we'll see if we are able to rally or not. Putting in a 5-minute sell here. What do you think, Brian? Should I just hop out? Brush my hands of this?
Yeah.
I think so too. We're gonna go. What are we down? We're down $120. Oh, can we just wait down?
I just don't trust
I
it.
I know. I tighten my stop a bit. I'm not gonna. Oh man! Of course, the 5-minute had to give me a little wick here, and give it a second. What time is it? 11:12. If this 2-minute flips, I think the 2-minute could start to see a little more upside. I almost hit that flat all button. We'll see if I end up regretting the fact that I did or didn't.
Ooh, there you go, Tyler. Maybe it'll pump up.
Yeah, we'll see. I'll see. See if she hold baby. Oh, cash money. So Scrooge, that's kind of my outlook on the daily chart. I think we're in an interesting spot, but we're kind of right around the lows of that daily range that we were in for a long time.
Whoa, Tucker. Go, Tyler.
Go, baby, go. Looking at it on a weekly chart, right? I've looked at this a couple of times now, but you can see, that's the same range that we had over a span of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. It's kind of the last 11 weeks of being stuck in this range on NQ, just to spike below it and immediately come back up towards the lows of the range.
Where is it at? Ah,
I know. Come on, baby. The 2-minute gave us a strong close. That's kind of why I'm still in it, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
I don't hate the looks of the 2-minute. Like, we kind of started to put in this kind of this 2-minute. Oh, what? I want a trend line. Hold on, I get rid of this thing. This trend line.
Here it comes back.
I know. He kind of started putting in this 2-minute trend line here, and that strong 2-minute close gave us a little break above it, which made me think. Once I saw that 2-minute, I'm like, oh, maybe I don't want to close this.
It's a real nail biter.
Yeah. We'll see. Give me that snap, crackle, pop. Let's end it with a dub season, baby.
Uh-oh.
No! What are you doing to me?
Watching your trades like watching the roulette wheel right now.
What are you doing to me? I know, this consolidation sucks. No!
Don't like it.
No! Do you not see the white line on my chart, NQ? What are you doing? Or maybe you do, and you just wanted to test the trend line from above.
Yeah.
But no, that doesn't look great. That doesn't look ideal, that's for sure.
Oh. I know after this live stream is when I'm going to see some action on gold. It'll be like post-London. Possibly. What's the news we have tomorrow again?
Here, I'll tell you in a second.
Got it too. Oh yeah. Just
Oh no, nothing tomorrow on
just the
Forex. Not till Wednesday.
presidential speech tomorrow.
So there's non-farm employment change on Wednesday. ISM services PMI on Wednesday. Crude oil inventories on Wednesday. Thursday, ECB main refinancing rate. So that's for all Euro FX pairs. Friday, non-farm employment change. Okay. That was it. It just wanted to come back and test a little trend line from above. And now we rocket ship. Go, baby, go. Go, baby, go. Pump it up. Pump it up. Pump it up. Go, baby, go. Go,
Oh my
baby,
God.
go. Come on. Come on,
Look
Lee.
at that.
Come out.
Way to go, Tyler.
Listen, I haven't hit the sold button yet. We need profits. Let's go. I got $400 of losses to make up. We're not happy with $200. We need to see like $600, and then we'll be happy to get out of today. Don't you fail on me. Don't you do it. Don't you do it. A 15-minute.
Ooh, I don't like
A
that.
15-minute lower high here definitely looks like lower if we get the 15-minute lower high.
Mm. Okay. Come on.
Come on, baby. Hold on. Hold on for daddy.
Yeah, you just need to put an arrow pointing up.
Oh, shoot. Why didn't I think of that? Is there an arrow tool?
It's common sense, Tyler. Come on. Everybody's doing it.
Is there an arrow tool? I need an arrow tool. Why is there not an arrow tool?
Try on that one. Is it inside there?
No, that's just a level. What is here? Oh, maybe this one. Hold on.
There, yeah.
That's not what I want.
The next one down. The one that looks like a there.
I think this is so I think it's just the trend line, but I think we could well now what?
No, I thought it would have options inside of it. No?
Hold on. Oh,
Yeah, arrows like that just don't work.
no, come on, what's happening?
Looks like a kindergarten arrow.
What is going on? They said you can't angle the trend line back that way.
A nice professional arrow.
I am not a professional arrow drawer. That is for sure.
One that says money.
All right, so we got to go here. Wait, what?
Better draw it quick before it's too late. Okay. Well, you might be onto something.
Look at that. Look at that.
There you go.
Look at that arrow. That screams pump if I've ever seen one.
So we're going to sit here and watch Tyler Musk kick some butt.
Michelangelo, basically, they call me when it comes to arrow drawing.
That could do it. You use the candlestick as the arrow.
You look at see?
That might be super powerful.
Look at this. You're about to see the power of the candlestick up arrow.
It's a neat indicator. Tyler directional arrows, TDA.
Listen, when I start drawing 2-minute trend lines and arrows on my chart, you know I am trading with hopium. Let's put it that way. You know damn well there is way too much hopium in this trade when I start putting 2-minute trend lines and arrows on my chart. But hey, if it works, it works. What up, 10X? What up? What up? We get a pop over kind of this high area here I may take a trim and wrap up the stream. We'll see. It would be great if we just rocketed, rip my face off back to OP, and then I can. Look at that. It's like the arrow is literally pulling price up. Look at that. That thing is just moving with the arrow.
Yeah,
do we need
that's
another
pretty
one?
much how it works.
Do we need another one?
You don't want to get too cocky here, you know?
No, we don't think we should put another one here. I think we do, Brian. I think we do.
Look at it go. Okay. How many contracts you got?
3.
You want to take some off?
In a second, Brian. In a second. Let me get my arrow.
Just compare it to the left there because you're reaching a consolidated high.
I know. I wanted to see the pop over those highs ideally.
Yeah. Okay. Well,
we'll see. We'll see.
All right,
Let me get my arrow drawn, and then I'll tell you where price is going. Look at that one. Look at that one. Look at that. Why don't you just ride this arrow now?
Yeah, fill in the gap.
Yeah, so if I start taking profits now, I can end the day basically break even. So I'd like to see a little bit more of a pop. Try to get into the green here. A bit more. All right, I got one. We're gonna go. All right, yeah, that's where we're taking one right there.
10x trades requested their first payout.
Yo, let's go. FunderPro Forex or FunderPro futures? Maybe if it wasn't FunderPro, I don't know. If it was with FunderPro, which one? Guys, if this trade works, I am going to patent. I'm going to steal Brian's arrow trade strategy. I'm going to patent it. And then I'm going to sell
it. Yeah. Post it on TradingView.
Look at these. Look at the way the arrow just drags the price up. Look at the way the arrow drags up the price. It's science.
Well, think about it, Tyler. Arrows don't go in the opposite direction.
They sure don't. They sure don't.
I mean,
they sure don't. Clearly, all they do is drag price to my trim.
Yeah.
For the love of everything, please go to get my trim.
Oh, but if you short it, remember to turn it the other way.
Oh, yes. You have to have the arrowhead.
That's the key. You know, that's the key. So you're really pushing it here. You're going on the...
I am. But this 15-minute says higher to me. This is why. This is why. Because, like, the 15-minute gave us all the reason in the world there to kind of go lower. And now we're back to this 15-minute high. Makes me think that we try higher. This is why. I know I'm being stingy here. Also, I don't like how when I switch time frames, it messes with my arrows.
Yeah.
Look at that. I lost 2 of my arrowheads. If this trade fails, it's because of Volumetrica ruining my arrows. Let me get this readjusted. All right, now I feel a little bit better.
I think it's when you moved your chart, it didn't save.
No, what are you doing? Look at that. Those arrows go away for just a split second, and this is what starts happening. Oh, no.
Yeah, so you're not supposed to change screens.
No.
Using the arrow concept.
Oh, now this 15-minute looks like if this 15-minute closes an inverted hammer, that doesn't look good at all. No.
Just got the gong.
No. Oh.
Come on, Tyler.
Oh, no.
Like those old game shows. Wah, wah.
I think we're going to stop to break even. Or I'm going to go right under this little...
That's a heavy candle down. I consider it. Well, let's see. Let's see.
We'll see.
It
We'll see.
probably smells that arrow.
Well, I got the arrows fixed. We're back to the 2-minute where
It's
we
just that
originally
it's on
drew
the
the
wrong
arrows.
handle.
Oh my, come on.
Yeah, I can enjoy this when I'm not in any trades right now, so I'm just enjoying watching Tyler's screen.
Stupidity. He's enjoying watching Tyler's stupidity. All
I'm
right, so
watching my
I put
stuff,
the
but
stop
no stats.
in small profits at $20. If I get stopped, I'll make $20. I'll still be right on the day, but you know,
Yeah.
we're not gonna dig the hole any deeper. Brian is enjoying this. Come on!
I was dishing out a bunch of sound effects there.
I know we gotta put in his job title sound effects guy. Yeah, that's an ugly. I'm not feeling good about this. That 15-minute went from looking good to looking bad. We got 3 minutes here on this 15-minute close, but if we close with this upper wick, not
Oh, Tyler.
not ideal. Maybe we just need to draw the arrows on the 15-minute to try to save us.
It works. Yeah, I've tried it.
Listen, at this point, I need all the help I can get because that's not looking good.
Easy. I've tried everything.
It's not looking good. Can the big 15-minute arrow? Nah, that's not the. There it is. Closed out, stopped out, unwritten. It's a bummer.
Yeah.
Well, guys, I don't regret the decision not taking the profits because I don't like taking profits based off of the fact that just because I was break even.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
I wanted to go green on the day, which is I think valid.
Good.
But to be honest with you, I actually think shorts are potentially on the table with the way this 15 minutes is closing. But I'm gonna step away from the charts a little bit, and I'll maybe come back this afternoon.
Noob Trader is making a comment there. The profit loss not updating on FunderPro's dashboard. That sometimes that can just take a little bit. It is web based, so
yeah, I would just give it some time. It normally refreshes itself. Noob, but if it continues to be give you an issue, just reach out. But I agree with Brian. Sometimes it just takes a minute to kind of catch up.
Yeah, I've seen it take as long as a half hour. It's super rare, but not a huge deal to be concerned with. It's never never not updated. Yeah.
Like I said, I'm walking away from the charts right now. The way that this 15-minute chart is setting up a break under this 15-minute low, which closes in 1 minute here, is a shortable 15-minute sell setup. But we're also been stuck in kind of this range here. So I think you could do shorts with stop over this swing high, targeting these levels, lower levels down here. I'm going to avoid it for right now, and I'll come back this afternoon and see where we're at. But thanks for tuning in, everybody. Had a good time. Hopefully, we'll back to the drawing board on the arrows trading strategy to get those arrows to work. Just don't draw a U-turn arrow. I just didn't see that's funny. All right, everybody. Peace out. We'll see you guys on Wednesday. We're back on Wednesday, so we'll see you guys all then. In the meantime, trade safe. Pretty heavy week with data, so trade safe. See you, everybody.